It's indeed my honor to be here in Mizoram along with Chief Minister Lalduhoma ji and his full team. The reason we have made this visit is to jointly look at the prospects for Mizoram's growth and development, identify structural issues, the vision, and the developmental path going forward. And based on that, the Ministry of DoNER, as a partner to Mizoram State, work alongside Mizoram State to be able to achieve those goals. Today, my department and I have made an over 2-hour presentation to the Chief Minister and his team in terms of what we see as the growth drivers for Mizoram, the issues that need to be addressed, our suggestions for the consideration of the government in terms of the areas of focus, and how we together can accomplish the Prime Minister's dream of making sure that the Northeast is indeed the growth engine of the Indian economy. There has been a complete transformation of how the developmental path of the Northeast has been defined in the last decade by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Northeast, which is really the vantage point and the entry point for all of Southeast Asia into the Indian subcontinent, must play a very, very important role in the dynamics of India's growth. And with that in mind, the Northeast has received in the last 10 years a huge impetus from a developmental path, both on infrastructure as well as human resource. An area which received government funding of close to 27,000 crores per annum. Today, in terms of the 10% gross budgetary support of 55 line ministries, receives over 1,05,000 crores in terms of annual capital expenditure from the Government of India, which means that there's close to a four-fold jump in terms of the investment potential that this area is receiving. On all areas of infrastructure, from roads to airports to highways, close to about 45,000 kilometers of roads have been constructed under Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, covering close to about 50,000 crores. National highways has grown from 10,000 kilometers to close to 16,000 kilometers. We had only 9 airports in the Northeast. 2 states did not even have a single airport, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim. Today, the 8 Northeast states have 17 airports. As far as railways are concerned, only 1 state was connected by railways in over 60 years of independence. Today, 3 states are connected, and in the near future, all states will be connected by railways. Close to about 19 railway projects are ongoing. Almost 82,000 crores worth of capex on the rail front. And therefore, there has been a huge push towards Purvottar or the Northeast, with specific reference to Mizoram. From the period of 2004 to 2014, over 10 years, Mizoram received from the central government a paltry sum of only 4,734 crores, which means an average of less than 500 crores per year. In the last 10 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government, Mizoram has received close to 33,178 crores, which means over 3,500 crores per year. For the financial year 24-25, 1 year alone, 6,236 crores of tax devolution will come to the state of Mizoram. Which means what? Which means that in the 10 years from 2004 to 14, a state that received only 4,734 crores is in 1 year now receiving close to 6,236 crores. In terms of grant and aid from Government of India, in 10 years, Mizoram from 2004 to 2014 received 21,359 crores. In the 10 years of the Modi government, Mizoram has received double of that, 41,396 crores. In terms of major projects, 6 in particular, the 60 megawatt Turial hydro project was commissioned, costing close to about 1,422 crores in 2017. 21 projects under NESIDS, close to 500 crores have been sanctioned. Our Kaladan multimodal transport project and the trilateral highway project connecting the northeast with Myanmar, close to 3,000 crores have been allocated, which is work in progress. The Indian Institute of Mass Communication has had a northeastern regional campus inaugurated in November of 2022. In the area of roads, 910 kilometers of national highways and close to about 600 kilometers of national highway corridors have been sanctioned with a capital cost of close to 11,465 crores. And Mizoram has been connected with broad gauge of the Indian Railways at Bhairabi in May 2016, and now work is ongoing from Bhairabi to Sairang rail line project, 52 kilometers at a cost of 8,213 crores, which is close to 93% complete, with 48 tunnels and 142 bridges. Even in terms of civil aviation, now Lengpui has multiple connections, and all of this has been buttressed on the state's growth rate of close to about 13%, per capita income of 2,32,000, which is a 14% increase over last year, and our GDP, our gross state domestic product, of close to 48,000 crores. We have tremendous potential ideas in Mizoram in the area of tourism, whether it's wildlife, sports, in the area of bamboo, horticulture and agriculture, in the area of hydropower, which we have discussed with the Honorable Chief Minister Lalduhoma and his team. And in addition to this, in the area of telecom, which is also my analogous ministry, communications, we have approved a project of 430 crores for Mizoram, Meghalaya and Tripura for 100% saturation of 4G, under which 53 new sites have been approved under our 4G saturation project and 2 under our border outpost and inpost scheme, of which I am glad to report to you that 37 sites have been erected. The balance 18 sites will also be erected quickly, which is my commitment to the Chief Minister. We have had very fruitful discussions in terms of the way forward, and I look forward to returning to Mizoram very soon, where the state government will also put up a presentation in terms of the vision for the state, the growth drivers for the state, so that we can then be on execution mode in terms of taking this development growth path forward under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Finally, I thank our Chief Minister Lalduhoma ji for his hospitality, for his friendship, and a very old relationship that I share with him. And it indeed is a privilege to be with him today in Aizawl, and I look forward to coming back soon. Thank you very much.
I want to introduce you and your family. Let me speak.
Yes.
Sindia hin fianga royal family niya. Apu hi Jivaji Rao Sindia niya. Chuchu Gwalior Maharaja nung beran. Lau chung kwan niya. Apa hi Madar Rao Sindia. Civil aviation te, tourism te, human resource te, katiang local to. India ram minister zinga athaper pola kan ngai. Khania apa nen hian kanin nai emema close friend kan nia. So ni po hi fa pa ang maya ka en nia. So tianga an chung kwa na relation reta kalau nei pui to ten nia. Etia minister ram ni nu hian kan kalapiang ikanin muwa delia tachuan thil thar hi adwani kan keini ang de bok hian new system kal phung thar hi adu ve a ministry an kola hian system thar hi kan utu to a kan lo me ma tu na ma chanbi Mizoram ina kan lo ti ve a po hian kan har san na reng renga hian kalo puyang su a solve dan kalo ngai tuang ti zat ane ma delay ngai lo ka thok chak mi ania ama po hian parliamentary anang hian in re tak experience nei to ania kan tang kai puya me Mizoram hian in tin ke mani hey DoNER NEC kan han ti te hi ministry zong zama hian in kan tan chon an poimo le zual tha so ta ni kher kan an nei hi alom kan ti me ma poina po kan meeting kha kan lok pui le local lo se chuan kan be sei phak lo tu te kha local awang gen be sei na thak tam tak kan nei pa chunga yen kan lo me mani tikan indo zong te salen takin zong ru.
Yes, sir. Regarding oil palm mills, when Chief Minister came to Delhi, he asked for you a new oil palm mill to be in Mizoram. Will it be success or not?
So we have, it's very opportune that you asked me this question. We've actually had a detailed discussion on palm oil. There is tremendous capability in the state of Mizoram. We've identified that Mizoram has the capability of farming close to about 66,000 hectares under palm oil. The Agriculture Ministry for this plan period from 2021 to 2026 had targeted close to about 27,000 hectares. The Chief Minister and I have had a very deep and long discussion. We have given our view in terms of this huge potential. And not only is it a huge potential from an agri-farming perspective, but there's also a huge potential in the processing and branding perspective. And for Mizoram to be able to become a center for palm oil production, processing and branding on a nationwide basis. The Chief Minister has very kindly taken this on board, and the team in Mizoram will be doing a whole value analysis of the value chain, from locating where all this can be farmed, to setting up the processing mills, to connecting them to the market, and that presentation will be done during my next visit. based on which, whatever the need gaps are, the Ministry of DoNER would be very happy to play the role of a constructive partner in trying to bridge those gaps so that Mizoram then becomes a center for palm oil production.
Union Minister of Development for Northeast, Dr. Sukandar Majumdar, recently disclosed that the 66.8 crore sanction for Sangha Precisely Road project.
You're going too fast. 66.8.
8 crore sanction for Sangha Precisely Road project in Mizoram was withdrawn due to state's failure to provide land free of charge by June 2024. So, do you believe that such issues will affect further project approvals for Mizoram, or what is your perspective on that?
So I'm not going to delve into any particular project, but we've actually done a detailed, as part of our presentation, in the conclusion area, we've done a very detailed analysis of scheme-wise the status of projects, how many had been approved, how many have been completed, how many are still work in progress, how many are delayed, and that information has been passed on to the state government. Those that have been delayed, the state government has very kindly said that they will be looking at that with utmost urgency and ensuring their completion and reverting back to us. So probably this project may be one of those projects. But overall,
It's the defense road.
Okay, it's a defense road. But overall, the level of completion across all our schemes is quite satisfactory. In the area of PM Divine, which is the larger project, larger scheme, we have sanctioned recently one or two projects for Mizoram, and that's a large amount, almost about 500 to 600 crores. And those, obviously, the work order will be issued and they will start after that. But generally, the level and quality of work is satisfactory. I myself am conducting a social audit as well of all the projects across the Northeast in terms of the benefits of that to the people of that particular state. So we're doing a thorough social audit as well. The areas which are of concern have been flagged to the government, and they're going to take it up immediately.
Sir, we have heard that there is many pending projects in DoNER, Mizoram project. Why?
There are that information
Some
is.
are for many years, around 5 to 6 years, which are still pending.
No, pendency in terms of approval or pendency in terms of execution? Which area?
Approval.
No, that is completely incorrect. I would like you to go back and do your research. There is no pendency in terms of approval. In fact, the DoNER ministry has streamlined the approval process even more in the last 4 to 5 months. We made it much simpler, much easier, much more robust, and that has also been communicated to the state government. We are, as I mentioned to you, partners in progress. We work along with state governments to be able to fulfill their needs and their requirements. Thank you very much.
Sir, regarding 4G saturation, when will it be success in Mizoram?
I have just mentioned that to you
Yeah,
in the press
but-
conference. So I've told you that out of 53 sites, towers plus 2 border outposts and 2 border inposts, so total of 55,
Yeah.
37 have been erected. They will soon go on air. The balance 18 will also be erected, and I can give you a date if you like, which is a countrywide date. It is not a Mizoram date, but by mid next year, we are looking at putting in place 100,000 sites across all of India, and all those 100,000 sites should be completely live by mid of next year, and Mizoram forms a part of that. Thank you.